Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
I went online to become a private detective. It was a private detective school online, and I paid online. I never heard from them again. I thought to myself, I either got ripped off, or this is my first case. This is a journalistic podcast, Shannon. We vaccinate our listeners with answers. And I'm going to keep lip-syncing the important questions until TikTok gives me a show. Shannon, how can the moon landing be real if the moon itself is fake?
That's not true, Mike.
Oh, isn't it true, Shannon? You're fake. You're a hologram.
1 in 5 New Yorkers are food insecure. What's your solution for that, Mike?
Fortune cookie. Because that's food and advice at the same time. Shannon, at least have the decency to backstab me, okay? You stab me in the front every time. Some fans can't watch the podcast because they're triggered by our sexuality. And message to those fans, we will leak a sex tape right into your mouth.
This is Mike Vecchione Investigates.
And you're not better than me. Welcome to another stunning episode of Mike Vecchione Investigates. Thank you for joining us. To the low-income whites who subscribed and liked, thank you very much. I enjoyed seeing you at Skankfest in a mosh pit in your sleeveless shirts, just sweating and doing mushrooms. So thank you for being here and thank you for being back. And it's a scary week this week because of Halloween and inflation. And as a result, I brought in a fellow investigator. He's become a regular on this show and a favorite. You guys keep raving about him. Rich Aronovitch is in the building.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
God, fresh fro. You're back.
Out of the shower.
Fresh out of the shower, fro?
Contacts in.
Oh, my God.
Contacts in. Breath fresh.
Yeah.
Hair fresh.
Yeah.
Ideas fresh.
Oh, my God. You have a lot of ideas. And I have to confront you right away.
Let's do it.
Jews are super devils. I was just reading a tweet from Kanye.
Oh.
Your thoughts?
Did you just call super?
You guys,
We're
it's
super?
better than being a devil, isn't it? You're just a devil, but you're a super devil.
Because I always thought Clark Kent, very fraternity boy, but he could be Jewish.
Yes.
He shortened it when he was immigrating out of the Holocaust, 2 minutes and 37 seconds, and it was Kensteinbergovich. But now it's Clark is very Jewish.
Yeah.
Clark!
Yeah.
The salmon has grill marks, Clark.
And he was a reporter, which means he's part of the media, which is the thing.
Which feeds right into yeah. Is that his name? Yeah.
It's yay.
Yay!
Have a little respect.
I have
a little
no respect
for the artist.
As
the artist formerly known as Kanye.
Excuse me.
Which
as
is now Ye.
The great Rodney Dangerfield once said, I don't like cocaine. I like the way it smells. No, wait, that wasn't it. It said no respect. That was what he said.
No respect.
We got a horn already?
Were you behind the Adidas move?
The Adidas move.
They fired Kanye. They parted ways.
Oh, he lost
Adidas.
Oh. I was not behind that.
That was a sarcastic
That was.
For those fans who can't detect sarcasm out there.
Because I'm a Nike guy, and if he was working with Nike, I would say, just don't do it.
Oh, please, no outside sound effects in here. I think the sign on the wall was clear with that.
I brought one.
No outside. Shannon, what? We're supposed to search the guests before they come in.
No metal detector here. Part of the Jewish media conspiracy.
God, the Chosens are armed. The Chosens are armed with their own sound effects.
This is from the Marx Brothers.
Oh, I thought it was from the Three Stooges.
From the Marx Brothers, who are Jewish, by the way. Put that in your soup and smoke it. Yay!
God, you have a vendetta. You have a vendetta today, don't you?
You brought it. You opened with it.
Well, no, I was reading his tweet. I was just reading the media.
Yes.
It was a different kind of media, social media. Maybe you've heard of it.
Oh, I've heard of it. Go ahead, Shannon. Have you is he still on Twitter or did they ban him?
I don't know. I haven't followed that far yet. I just was trying to confront you.
You had me at Jew.
I was, and you are wearing a shirt called Jaws, which was a movie where a fish ate Gentiles. So I feel like
it was like a filter fish.
Revenge.
It was like a filter
You're doing
fish.
subtle things for revenge right now.
I am. Because I don't like yay.
You don't like gay. Okay.
By the way,
we're just making sounds now?
Did you know that a nickname for cocaine is yayo?
Yes. I did know that. Yayo.
Yes. So
on the street. I used to live in Uptown. I used to live in Washington Heights.
You also used to live in Astoria.
Yes, I did.
And I used to live up the block from you.
Yes.
And used to go in the deli every day.
Tell the story.
I will.
Cue it up.
So you would go in and you would tip, which I didn't know what that was.
Right.
As a member of the tribe,
You had to learn.
I was like, "What? What? Wait, it costs $9. Why are you spending $11? I don't understand this. Wait, but it costs $9." So I confronted you. Said it's called a tip, and I was like, "Oh,
Right.
didn't get that in the Talmud studies." So one day I went in, and I thought it would be hilarious if I told the deli guy. I said, "Oh, by the way, did you know my friend owns 3 buildings in Manhattan?" So now your awesome $2 tip looked like nothing, and I felt better about myself that day.
And you just went on with your day.
On with
and
my
I told
day.
You that, I told you that story last night, and you didn't even remember it.
I did remember it.
Okay.
I remember
I
everything.
mean, it was an aside. You did it very seriously. He owns 3 buildings in Manhattan, and then just left. And now these guys are looking at me like, what a cheapskate.
Yeah, and you didn't get the pleasure. Like, first it was like, oh, he's buying my kids shoelaces. But now it was like, he can afford to buy my kids shoes.
Well, it's not even shoelaces or anything like that. It's just a general appreciation for what you do, extra for the workers who make the sandwich. I go, here's extra. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate the love and the heart that you put in.
And I learned that day to
this
do that.
sandwich.
I do that now. I tip once a year.
I thought you meant you tell people that the other person in the place owns 3 buildings in Manhattan, which sounds like realistic, weirdly realistic.
Yeah, you could look
3
like,
buildings
yeah,
in Manhattan?
Absolutely.
Who couldn't buy 3 buildings in Manhattan?
You know who still can?
Who?
Yay.
Yay. So that happened. Where was I going with this? I had something else.
Side note,
What?
This microphone smells very clean.
Does it?
Yeah.
It's Natalie.
Well done. It smells...
I spray them very thoroughly.
Well, sometimes
Cleaner.
when we're at the Comedy Cellar,
Yeah.
it smells like bad breath and sadness and broken dreams.
Wow.
This smells like hope.
It smells like hope?
It smells like hope.
Well, it's a scary week because Halloween. Do you guys celebrate or it's called Purim?
Yeah, we celebrate
But
Halloween.
Purim also is your kind of
Yeah, that's like our version of it.
version of Halloween.
Right. That's when
What's the king? Something happened with the king?
Haman.
Haman?
You're not supposed to say his name.
Okay.
But it does sound like
if you
Hyman
say it-
Rothstein. King Hyman?
But if you say Haman 3 times, what happens? Bankruptcy court?
Interest rates go up. That's what happens. Oh, wait a minute. That actually did happen.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my.
Okay. So, Rich,
Yes.
God, I can't put 2 thoughts together
Focus.
today. You know what's really bothering me? Natalie got a new haircut. I noticed it and Shannon didn't. So I'm wondering if Shannon doesn't notice haircuts.
Sharon, you don't see her?
Hold on. Natalie correct me if I'm wrong, Natalie. You have had this haircut for about a month.
Natalie.
I got a trim over the weekend.
Oh, Shannon!
Where's
But
the
most-
mic
he's the first
Oh
person-
my God, Shannon! You did not notice Natalie's trim. I noticed her looking all cute out there, flirting with the other staff.
Can
and I said to Natalie, I go, "Did anybody say anything about your wonderful haircut?" She goes, "Actually, no." And she started to sob. I go, "It's okay. It's okay." It's okay. And I said, "Did Shannon notice?" And she goes, "No." It was frustrating. And no, she cried into my arms.
And you know what's going to happen now?
What?
She's going to clip out the part where you say, I notices Shannon's trim and get you canceled. You're a little perv. Shannon's
Is that
trim?
how it happens?
Shannon, yeah, they're just going to clip it out. And that
Yeah.
it's out of context.
Cut it out.
They're going to clip.
The clip is the whole thing.
Okay, cut it out. And
Okay.
the context of it is not, and you're going to get reported.
I wish you would cut it out. You don't bring outside sound effects into here. You're ruining the vibe of the show, Rich. You throw a monkey wrench into this. You know what I really like to do? It's you mentioned the Marx Brothers, and this is kind of a disjointed show right now because I'm not ready for your frenetic energy.
Do you want me to take a breath?
Please take a beat. Okay, all right. Okay. You know what I like to do? I like to watch the Three Stooges and look for microaggressions.
Hey, Mo.
Mo is yelling a lot of the time, and that itself is and then being hit by a shovel. I mean, I like to watch by today's standards. Any reaction, Rich?
First of all,
do you like the Three Stooges? They're your people.
When I did love them when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I don't want to point out that they're in black and white. That's a microaggression in itself.
That's probably is.
That's one right there. You don't even. They start the little beginning music, and it's already microaggressed.
Yes, black and white. Because there's other ethnics out there who are between black and white, right? Isn't that what the message is?
His panic or Hispanic? You decide.
Ooh, where do you come out on that one, Rich? Because you could pass for a Hispanic, a Cuban.
Sí, porque tengo el gato con mantequilla.
It's so good,
amazing, right?
It's amazing.
That was Mexican for I have cat and butter.
I have cat and butter.
Tengo el gato con la mantequilla.
El gato.
Tengo el gato con la mantequilla. That means I have the cat with the butter.
I'm ready to deport you.
Well, it's hot in here. I could use some ice. Shannon's trim. He said it.
Let Shannon defend herself now. We're talking over. She was outraged and then took the mic, and then Natalie took back the power and took back the night. And then Shannon had nothing to say. Shannon, how are you feeling right now? Burned?
No, because I feel like when Natalie initially cut her hair, you never noticed that. And now this little bit of the trim that she got
Shannon's canceled.
was like just the right amount where you finally noticed that she cut it. Mm-hmm. That's what I think happened. A lot to say
about her trim.
Yeah, you keep saying that, Shannon, but the point is I did notice it. And I said something is different about our Natalie today, because this is a family. And our Natalie, something is different about her. I wonder if Mama Shannon noticed. And then I find out that Mama Shannon didn't notice. And meanwhile, Natalie's being a little flirtatious with the other drug addicts from Gas Digital. Okay? And I want to know why that she's rebelling like this, Shannon. This is a family, Shannon. And the fact that you didn't show Natalie love made her go out and throw her sexuality all over the living room part of the studio.
And can I just mention a microaggression? I walked in and this young man said, "My uncle likes your TikTok."
Oh my God.
My uncle likes your TikTok. Translation, I don't like your TikTok.
Yeah.
Microaggression. And
the fact that his uncle, and there was probably, because his uncle likes the dancing and your gyrations. Do you think there's anything there that may be inappropriate?
Could be the reason that young man works here.
It could be the reason that he works at Gas Digital. No one voluntarily works at Gas Digital.
This is a human
career step.
This is a human tracking mark. You know what I was going to say.
Yes, I was. Let's take a drink together. Shannon.
They hate when I make that
I
noise.
know, they do. They hate it. I think the fans hate it too, but they're incels, so they can't do anything about it. Now, Shannon, your defense is what? That I didn't notice? It's classic what you're doing right now, Shannon, which is deflect, and then blame the third party instead of looking Natalie in her eyes.
Oh, let me look at your playlist. Is it
brushing?
Yay! No. I bet her playlist is yay.
Nothing. I have no Kanye on any of my playlists.
Okay, just a poster.
Right.
Just a poster in your bedroom.
That she kneels and prays to.
Yes, with candles.
Christian Jesus.
Oh, right.
White, blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jesus.
Forgiving Jesus.
Shannon's words, not mine.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. That's variant.
COVID-AIDS.
Shannon, the right thing to do instead of deflecting and go, you didn't notice the original haircut. You didn't notice the original haircut. And it's like, oh, God, I'm starting to think women can't be astronauts. Too much fighting on the ship. And I just wish that you would look at Natalie and then scoot your wheeled chair closer to her, pull the bangs out of her face, and say, "You're beautiful,"
and then do a really long sniff.
Maybe smell her. Works for cats, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
God, that would be so I bet you
Just
our
like real breathy. Like,
I bet you our numbers would go up.
I guarantee your numbers
Would go up so high.
Just mute us and I love the way your hair smells.
I love the way your hair smells, and it would be a conciliatory act inside a studio control center.
Right.
Makes it hot. Women can work, and women can do things, and women can also be sexual and compassionate.
And their olfactory system is not just for the factory.
God, it's not just an old factory, it's olfactory.
Olfactory.
It's smelling.
It's smelling.
And they could smell each other.
And they could say, I see you.
I see you.
Queen.
Yes. I respect your right to work this digital equipment, pressing buttons and doing work.
And I hear you.
And I hear you.
Queen.
Yes.
And
I respect your right to make 70 cents to my dollar.
Absolutely. And I acknowledge that, Queen.
And then they both go on pregnancy leave for a year and get paid. I mean, right?
I made a sandwich. They made a human being. We're all making things.
I know, for real.
I won't do it. But I wanted to.
Please don't do it.
I wanted to.
Let the machine that is Mike Vecchione Investigates run itself.
Fine.
But
and Mike?
That is, I think that I could take that as a slight, the horn, but I could also take it as you coming with extra motivation to
you
make
got
this
that
podcast better.
You got that right.
And your hair is frizzed up, even though you wore a bike helmet here.
It is. Oh, yeah. It's very. And when I came and I went, I'm excited for today.
Yes. I talked to you last night. You were
I was excited.
out of your mind with excitement last night.
I was.
As you were eating a buffet of wings and other stuff that I can't even mention because the fans of their cholesterol will go up.
Yeah, there was.
I mean, you were eating pretty badly last night.
I was
I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to ruin your meal. I'm concerned.
I was eating my feelings and having uncomfortable racial discussions.
Well, everybody's asking you what you think of Kanye now.
I never liked Kanye.
Well, I'm asking all of my Jewish friends. They're in one section of my phone. And
under favorites? Under favorites?
My phone is segregated. Okay? I'm not racist. I just like to keep it organized.
That's what that was. What was Hitler was just saying? I'm just trying to keep it organized.
Just trying to keep it organized.
We're just gonna put the Jews through the shredder and the gypsies through the shredder.
The Gypsies. Do you have a special kinship with them?
I do because I'm watching Peaky Blinders.
Oh,
wow! What a good show.
Wow, that's really good.
The acting.
There were two Brits. You saw the two Brits last night approach me, told me my set was great.
They was really into you.
Yeah, they were Italian English, Shannon, and you would have loved them. They were big, strapping young men.
They were not cut, John.
They're only here till Saturday. There's not enough time to have 3 lunches, a brunch, and a dinner, and look into your eyes for 7 hours on 3 different occasions.
And they could say to you, "I see you, Queen. I see you." I sound like Stratham.
You sound like Game of Thrones. The dragon.
I'll do the sound effect, Shannon. I got this.
I think we left unfinished business because we're frenetic and we're moving so fast with our energies that Shannon and Natalie were left with this weird uncomfortableness in that room. And I can't, as a family, we can't let them just sit in it. We have to, there has to be some kind of a conclusion. Our fans demand it.
I want to know why every show at Gas Digital wants to use me and Shannon to boost their numbers.
Because nothing else is working.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Are you?
It's not just you.
Yeah. Well, you're saying the show is not unique?
I mean, in other ways.
Ooh, shots fired? No shit,
Natalie is coming after us.
After
we defended her haircut to Shannon, now Natalie has switched teams.
I can't. I don't want to choose between your side and Shannon's side.
There's
We're
no
all
my
family.
side. It's like I'm taking up for you, and you've turned on me. Shannon
not true.
forgot your haircut. She didn't say it was cute like I did. And there's a whole kind of a weirdness now about this podcast, and we have to straighten it out. Daddy has to straighten it out. Or we could just sit in awkward silence.
I was hoping for that. I was definitely trying not to talk. I wanted it to be really awkward.
Natalie, I'm sorry that Shannon didn't recognize your haircut.
I'm not hurt. I'm not upset.
I'm upset. I'm upset
I'm
for
not
you.
Upset. You've
I'm
already
upset
comforted
for
me.
you.
As I was sobbing in the hallway, you've already comforted me. That was
Your
very
haircut is great.
considerate.
Rich's haircut is great.
And Matt, I mentioned that kid's uncle likes my TikTok.
And that kid's uncle likes your TikTok. But he's probably on drugs, and God knows he probably got them from his uncle. His uncle probably sells drugs.
Right.
And Shannon's hair looks great today. Shannon's vaping.
Speaking of
a
drugs.
Special truth vape, which I'm about to get it right now. I can always know when Shannon's about to just let me have it.
Go ahead, Shannon.
Go ahead, Shannon.
Unleash.
Oh, I was going to say right before Skankfest, I did get my hair cut, and you didn't say anything about
Shannon,
it.
Oh wait, can I bring up the tweet? I mean the text.
No, bring up more stuff from the past and
I'm
throw
bring
it
up the
at
text.
me.
Hey,
Something happened 10 years ago between us.
What was the date of that? What was the date of it?
Oh, before the 16th?
Okay, let me go to the 16th, my sister's birthday, right here. Oh, here it is. Hey, King, you should see Shannon's hair. It's unbelievably hot. Don't tell her, but I think it's great. What?
Yeah.
I feel like now everybody is ganging up on me.
Ganging up? He just said how awesome your hair was and said it in a respectful way. He didn't talk about it in terms of trim, which is code for you know what.
I know. We're trying to keep the show above board. What's with all the trim talk?
Yeah. There's no split ends here.
Okay. You know what? Let's squash it.
Let's Confixer it.
That's not a word.
That is a word.
It's not a word.
Queens?
Our fans know words,
Queens?
and Confixer it is not a word.
Confixer is a hair product, and it's also a nod to Let's Fix It.
Shannon, look it up.
It is a hair product.
Thank you.
Confixer?
Yes, thank you.
You can share this. By Aveda.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What's up?
You're evading the truth on this one. Confixer.
Yeah.
Do they sponsor the show, Shannon?
They do not.
Then why are we bringing them up, Rich? This show is about money and it's about power. And if you don't have those two things in mind, you're bringing outside horns in and outside hair products that don't even support the show. I don't know where your head is under that beautiful hair that you have.
Wow.
God, I'm sorry I had to let you have it.
But
you were begging for it.
I feel moosed.
All right, guys, I want to take a second to talk about our friends over at RockAuto.com. Ever have a friend that has a guy? Nobody can find something, but your friend has a guy? Well, I've got your guy for auto parts, and it's RockAuto.com. Usually when somebody says they have a guy, they're full of it, but RockAuto.com is not full of it. They are your guy for auto parts. They specialize in it, and they've been specializing in it for over 20 years. And while every other business in this country might be raising prices or low on stock, when it comes to auto parts, you've got a guy. You can get the auto parts at the lowest possible prices. Not like baby formula, where we're still having a shortage. No one's covering it but this podcast. RockAuto.com gets you auto parts at low prices. I'm telling you, RockAuto.com has the auto parts that you need in stock at reliably low prices. If you've got a used car, it's probably appreciated in value. The car market is hot, which is why now's the time to keep your car well maintained. It feels good knowing you're driving a reliable car, and RockAuto.com makes it easy with every part you need at low prices. Now, I know our fans don't like to leave home too often. You guys like to stay in the basement with your mother, sending down ziti every couple of days, but RockAuto.com makes it easy for you to have a car and for you to leave your little basement apartment where I'm sure you have your own entrance, which makes you feel like you have a lot of freedom. But RockAuto.com makes you feel comfortable that you have a car that's reliable and you can actually leave. So go check out RockAuto.com if you're looking for auto parts. RockAuto is your guy. And let them know we sent you by. At checkout, yell at them. I know about this from Mike Vecchione Investigates, you exclaim. There's a box to put our show name in. Make sure we get the credit for it, guys, as we are desperate for attention on this show. Once more, that's rockauto.com with all the auto parts you need at amazing prices. All right, guys, let's get back into it now.
I feel most.
Let's get to some investigations. 21 minutes in. They don't pay us to sit here and go back and forth about whether Natalie got a new haircut or whether she was flirting with the drug addicts who work here or if Shannon didn't recognize her haircut or if they're both cute or they're not cute or there was a pillow fight that happened at Skankfest and nobody told us about it. We don't get paid for that. We get paid to investigate. And on the docket today is Halloween. How do you celebrate?
I have a 2-year-old.
Yes.
As of tomorrow.
Right.
So I will be running around with a ball gag and a machete
Yeah.
in our house.
I thought that was just a regular Friday for you.
And of course, chainsaw. That was the word. I couldn't think of the word, so I just
I thought
did
it was.
noise.
I thought you were doing a boat. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't recognize the difference. I don't know your sounds yet.
Well, I'm the white Michael Winslow. Get used to it. Police Academy 27.
Police Academy, huh?
That's it. Brand new.
If you dress like a cop at Halloween, can they get you for impersonating a police officer? You can go. It's Halloween.
Great question.
It's Halloween.
Great question.
And what if you have a real gun? And what if you're shooting people, but in the leg?
Then they would probably end up in the NFL playing for the Washington Commanders. That guy must sound like a wiffle ball. He's got a hole in his leg.
Okay, let's get to some Halloween stories. I was dumped by my boyfriend for my inappropriate Halloween costume. Has a Halloween costume ever broke up a relationship?
Yeah, if you dress like that person's ex, that would be inappropriate.
Oh my God. I never thought of that, Rich.
Nailed it. Yep.
You dress like someone's ex.
There it is. Boom.
Shannon, what happened with this? I mean, this is a TikTok, which is now apparently news.
So it is. It does seem to be a lot of news on.
She was a plus-sized redheaded model.
Yes.
An Instagram influencer.
Yeah. So she wrote, "My very new boyfriend was angling for an invite on this night out, but I was only going out with 2 girls. I ignored his hints because it would have been weird. But when I posted the costume on Instagram before going out, he texted me saying, 'Are you actually wearing that outside? I could see your whole.'" I think ass is the word. They didn't write it in the article. He basically told me he thought it was inappropriate. The traumatized TikToker further recalled, "I was at my friend's house ready to go out at this point, and he's like, 'Can you ask to borrow some leggings from her or something and wear leggings instead of tights?' Blossom refused to alter her outfit and instead proceeded to head out with the gals to a nightclub."
Okay, so have you ever done that? Have you ever done that, Rich? Where it's like you've been possessive over a woman?
No.
And you said you cannot wear that outfit. Not leaving this house that way.
I could see your whole hole. You ain't leaving this house, motherfucker. Shit. No, I've never done that.
Okay, well, maybe this is an outside thought. Maybe her boyfriend was being Stalin.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a totalitarian leader, and that's his outfit was a totalitarian leader and being like, you can't do this, you can't do that. He was just being in character.
Wait a minute.
And she was trying to be in character, and that was the conflict.
This is what happened in Iran. It's just a big Halloween misunderstanding.
I think there's a lot of Halloween misunderstandings. You're trying to joke with me, Rich, but I think you brought up a good point. There's a lot of Halloween misunderstandings that could happen.
You know, and they say something possesses, like that's Halloween,
Yes.
so maybe it's appropriately inappropriate.
He was just dressing up as fascism.
Right.
And she was being a sexy cat or whatever she was being. And the two worlds collided. There's no sexy cats in fascism.
Can we cue the NXS song? 2 worlds collided, and they will never on us about. Boom, 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 boom.
That's for all of our fans who are over 40.
I thought they would have NXS queued up.
Natalie doesn't know what that is.
Do you know what NXS is?
Oh no, Mike's right. I don't.
She doesn't.
Amazing.
Young people don't know what you're talking about, Rich, and we need the young fans. Change it to Little Baby or something. Little Baby. Small baby.
I don't know.
Fetus.
I don't know.
Embryo.
I don't know little zygote. I don't know little zygote. Oh, there it is.
I don't want to play too much.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Copyright
take us down.
infringement.
Uh-oh.
We can get zinged for copyright infringement.
Uh-oh. I'll just hum it. Well, that's why I was whistling over it, because now it's parody.
You know all the little rules.
I know all.
Don't you?
I know all the rules and regulations. Mm-hmm. Some people call it a catcher, and I call it a sling blade. New movie.
By the way, there is more to that story.
Shannon,
Okay.
I'm going to tell you it now, okay? Because I read it this morning. I did my research. She goes out. First of all, who goes, I want to go with my girlfriend and 2 of her girlfriends clubbing on Halloween? Let her go. She'll catch up with you later. Have some security about yourself. I know Shannon is with me on this one. She's going to reunite with me hard on this one. You don't ask your girlfriend who's going out with 2 other girlfriends if you can go out with her and beg to go out. You just stay at home and go, babe, whenever you're ready to come back home.
Right.
Come back home.
Right.
Right, Shannon? You wouldn't
Yes.
respect somebody who was nagging you to go out with you and your girlfriends?
No, or like, you should have a friend of your own also. You do your thing and be like, oh, maybe we'll meet up later.
Yes.
That's it.
But he didn't approve of her outfit. She goes out. She gets drunk at a club, and there's a guy at the club that she's dancing with dressed like an egg. So she goes, I love that. He goes, I love yours. She goes, let's switch. She puts
Is
the
this a
egg-
yoke? Kill me. Kill me. Kill me now. Oh, she switches.
She switched outfits. She puts the egg on over her leotard or whatever she has, and then strips it off and gives it to him. They switch outfits. Now she's an egg. She puts it on her stories. He sees it. He goes, "Whose outfit is that?" I'm him. "Whose outfit is that?" You've got some explaining to do.
I was a ghost and someone peed on me. It wasn't an outfit at all.
Peed yellow.
Peed
yellow on you.
Yeah, they were dehydrated. So sorry.
We just reenacted that for the fans.
And
scene. Let's take 5. But seriously, she was wearing an egg that he flipped out because he thought she got naked in terms of flipping the outfits. And
he saw her sunny side. Dude, this is hard-boiled news right here. It's not soft-boiled, it's hard-boiled.
These are egg jokes, guys. And if you are a vegan, I advise you not to listen to this part of the show.
If you have
you're
high
a vegan.
cholesterol, don't listen.
Don't listen to it. These are vegan egg jokes, and we didn't intend to get into this, but it's part of the story and part of our investigation. Sometimes we have to go to some pretty dark, fatty, LCL, HCL places.
It's dark. It's like a deviled egg. Next story.
Well, no, that's not the next
it's not.
story.
We're
It has
still
a
on it.
conclusion,
I'm
Rich.
sorry.
I'll do it.
I'll do it right now.
Don't put that horn. Take that horn away from your
I'm
head.
sorry, I made a
Take the horn
mistake.
away from your head. You're gonna be okay. You're a good guy.
But I was rushing the story, and
You're a good guy. We can read.
You're Johnny Carson, and I'm Ed McMahon.
No.
Hello.
That was close. That was almost suicide by clown. Okay. It ends up that he after that night he never called her again. He ghosted her.
Ghost
Which is
on Halloween. Oh my
God! That's why it was a perfect ending,
It's a
Rich.
perfect ending, and I almost ruined it.
You almost ruined. No, don't do it.
All right. God, I'm never gonna.
So that was the story. Shannon, thank you for the first half. That was excellent teamwork. We rebounded from the whole Natalie haircut debacle.
Isn't it crazy though that like
Working together as a team?
Yeah, no, that he jumped to the conclusion that she had sex with another guy in exchange for the outfit. Like, that's just silly. This is a crazy person.
It's called commerce, Shannon, and the supply chain.
It's called barter?
Yeah, the barter system. Sex with someone for a costume is pretty standard in most countries. Rich, back me up on this.
This is why they call it Party City. They don't just call it city.
It's true, Shannon. I would be immediately suspicious if my girl went out in a French maid's outfit and came back in a robe
Right.
or something.
If she came back like speaking Prussian, I would be like, something's up.
You learned another language in one night?
Right. Now you're a Prussian maid. Shady.
Is this an article, Shannon, or I just wrote price of Halloween candy?
Yep.
That's an article?
No, not an article. You just wrote that. And
Okay, well, I
inflation.
wrote that. Sometimes I just scribble stuff down, and there's no article attached to it.
Mike, I can't read my own handwriting.
You can't?
Cannot.
Are you a doctor?
I'm not.
Do you play one on television?
No, I would.
Yes, you would.
If there's any casting directors out there.
I mean, a lot watch the show.
I'm sure they do. And my mustache, while I do look like an investigative reporter,
You
I
do.
could also be a doctor.
You do look like a doctor. I could see you as a doctor. Maybe a chiropractor. I'm sorry to our fans out there are chiropractors. I'm sorry. I'll be co-paying that forever.
You've got scoliosis of the karma.
Is candy too expensive now? Inflation is killing us. It's ravaging this country. Rich,
I don't really know.
it's a free-for-all you're just giving it out to these kids. We're just giving them money. Why not just they go to door to door, and you just pay for their college? How about that instead of candy?
Well, that's not a bad idea.
I mean,
but when you put it like that, it makes candy not seem so expensive.
candy is very What kind of candy are you worried about the razor blades?
This is a reference older than, I don't know, Duck Dynasty.
Natalie, have you heard about razor blades and candy?
I have heard it, yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but never heard of NXS, so.
Yeah. Have you heard about bad Tylenol?
Yeah.
You
Wait,
have?
the story where the bottle like killed 3 people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Okay. How about
It's like a show
recalled beef?
Can I get one in on you?
Sure.
Rich? It's like a show that you do, killed 3 people.
Wait, were you trying to get one in on your show? Yeah, I think you can, Mike. I think it's your show.
I was trying to insult you, Rich, for my benefit.
Okay, cool.
Okay?
Well, I like what you did last night with the punchlines. It was really great.
Don't imitate the English fans who were supportive of me, Rich, because it's jealousy as you were eating high cholesterol food and feeling bad about yourself. You saw me getting complimented by the Brits, and it really got to you.
He's like, mate, if I was in the loo thinking about your bit, and it was like, really, was it rubbish? Oh, I was in the lift going, man, right now he's got to get a lot of that letter, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
This smoke break is brought to you by YoDelta.com, the official Getting High sponsor of the Gas Digital Network.
It's what it is.
Were they going to their flat?
Oh, yeah, I was getting flat.
Which the women on this show aren't, by the way. Mind your business.
Yeah, and you know what they smoke in England?
I'm not going to say it.
Homosexuals.
Oh, my God. There's a lot of different ways to skin a cat on this show.
That was not a sound effect.
That was not a sound effect.
That was my white
That was
Michael
Rich's own sound effect that he brought in. Well, we never got to the bottom of this issue. Is candy too high? Inflation is just, God, it just stinks. Should we just be giving away candy? Isn't it like giving away money?
I think you just
Can't talk today.
You just got to give away less candy. That's
Less
all.
candy.
Less candy. I'm a big Twix guy. I like Milky Way. I like Whoppers. I do like Three Musketeers.
What about fruit?
No,
Would you
because
give a child fruit?
Because we discussed there could be razor blades in fruit.
Right. But there's never any razor blades in candy.
No razor blades in candy.
What about a steak? Would you ever get a kid a steak?
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Give away some Milky Way, Twix, and risotto.
How about a sloppy Joe?
Just hold out your hands and just sloppy Joe right in the kid's hand.
I love it.
I think that's right.
These are outside the box ideas.
Yeah, maybe. And if they were in England, like your friends, like your brand new fans, you could be like, you put a little porridge and then burn and then lawsuit. And that's where I come in because I'm also a lawyer.
You're a lawyer also, Rich?
Well, according to Yay, I am.
All chosens are lawyers. Let's go to the now we have to get something serious. The haunted housing market. Do you think haunted houses are down? The prices of haunted houses are down?
I mean, with these interest rates, all houses are haunted. It's a buyer's market. I mean, are you going to get a loan at 2% down?
It's a scary economy, Rich.
That's what it is.
Let's get to the devil. This is the sad part of Halloween, and the devil is a big part of Halloween. It's a satanic holiday. A lot of Christians, my people, are
part 2 of that book.
Well, part 2, where we forgive people.
Right.
It's not an eye for an eye. We forgive.
It's here's back your eye.
Yeah, here's your eye back. Here's your eye back, and an optometrist who's a friend of mine.
Who's not a chiropractor.
Who's not a chiropractor. An eye doctor is not a chiropractor. Our fans don't know.
Well, they do now.
That's right. We're educating them. And educating is when you give somebody knowledge they didn't previously have.
Give them a fishing pole, not just a fish.
Right. Teach them to fish. Fishing with Jesus probably would have been annoying because it's like, let's see who can catch the most fish. And then Jesus closes his eyes and they all just jump in the boat.
Right.
And that's probably why Judas betrayed him.
Right.
The real reason. If we were doing an True Hollywood behind the scenes.
I think we should. Ooh,
it's an investigatory show. I never stopped thinking.
We should do that. Yeah, we should do that.
Jesus catches too many fish, water into wine. It's like this guy. I mean, there's no having fun playing a competitive game with him.
Right. You can't be in the Olympics with Jesus.
No.
His high jump, he just keeps going. and he's like, where'd he go? And then like almost 3 days later, he comes back down.
And I heard that about Jesus. It was super competitive.
Yeah. Oh,
he was really competitive.
Yeah. He was at that Last Supper going, are you going to eat that? You going to eat that? You're not going to finish that?
Do you think they tipped the Last Supper? Your thoughts?
No. There was no look. You could see they had no pockets.
Right.
Those robes ain't got no pockets.
Right. Mm-hmm. Maybe he signed for it or something. There was some kind of a...
You think it was a Club Med? You think he was at the Club Med, which is as old as them? I mean,
Yeah, actually it was.
All right.
Let's play this YouTube video because this guy is a preacher now, but he was a Satanist. He was a Satanist, and so he's against Halloween, even casual Halloween, dressing people up and going door to door. He's against all of it. He says it's a doorway to let the devil in. Let's hear him speak. Shannon.
Lineage, my lineage of warlocks and witches in my family from my father's side. We were going to demon church from 7 in the evening to 5 in the morning.
Can you stop it, Shannon?
Is he
That's
speaking in
actually-
tongues?
No, he's speaking fast, and we know about that on the show.
I couldn't understand
Rich,
what he's saying.
I'm sorry, from a guy who brings his own sound effects in, that's a little much.
Well, listen, Halloween is a pagan holiday, technically.
It is pagan.
It technically is
Well,
a
he's
pagan
saying
holiday.
it's satanic.
Is that what he
It's
said?
a doorway to let the devil in. And I like what he's saying, that his father, he was satanic on his father's side. And I enjoy that because...
And Sephardic
I like
on his mother's side.
Half Italian, half satanic. I'm half Italian, half satanic. I like pizza, but I like to eat it next to an upside-down cross that's bleeding.
And we call that marinara of the Lord.
Let's keep going, Shannon.
Thing of demon church? Yeah, there's demon church. I mean, you got Anton LaVey. Anton LaVey back in the 70s. You remember him? He had the Church of Satan. He created the Book of Satan, what they call the Bible. He created that. He had 8,000 members at the time, and 4,000 members was ex-evangelical Christians that was in his church. So there is the devil has his kingdom. The Bible speaks about the devil has his kingdom. The devil, even Jesus said, the kingdom of darkness is not divided. So the devil have his kingdom. So my life was, I was going to demon church. I was being trained to be a warlock. I was being trained to know demons and principalities and spirits and territorial spirits and familiar spirits, tarot card readings. I learned how to do tarot card reading to demonic spirits, to read your fortune telling, horoscope. All that. I was being trained to all that from the age of 8 years old to the age of 35. I was a witch for hire. I was a warlock for hire.
Shannon,
Excuse me.
this is a lot to digest.
Hold on.
Rich.
Holy Harry Potter. Is he Slytherin? This guy, he's warlock. He's got...
He was being trained to be a satanic warrior.
Is that what he was trained to be?
Yeah.
He's also trained to be a ventriloquist because he doesn't open his mouth when he talks.
Okay, well, he's not... English wasn't his first language.
No.
The art of darkness. He didn't learn English that good because he was so busy learning Satanism.
Well, he doesn't move his mouth when he talks. I don't care what
Okay, well,
language.
that's probably one of the curses that he put on himself.
So he told...
Yeah. Now he's in the satanic church. He's being educated in the ways of Satan. How does that differ from Hebrew school, Rich? Talk to us about it.
Well, the professors, if you will,
Yeah.
they speak very slowly. They enunciate every single word. For example, if it's Christmas, you know your job is to bathe in the blood of little Christian baby children. Of course.
Rich.
What?
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
Let's get back to it. It's like being, because prayers are one thing for the good, but curses are the opposite. So if I say a prayer for you and then you're not nice to me, then I will also say a curse for you.
So like if a Satanist sneezes and you're a Satanist,
Yes.
I go, and they go, fuck you. And then I go, thank you.
No, they go. I think they say, I hope this is the beginning of a very long and painful disease. Because they love torture and pain.
I hope you get scurvy and AIDS. Thank you.
Shannon, let's keep going with this. This is very compelling.
I know how to do witchcraft on people. I know how to put diseases on people. I know how to do witchcraft on people so they can lose their mind. All that stuff is going on in my world for 25 years.
You were actually actively pursuing Christians, praying dark curses over areas that bad things
Can you
would
stop it for a
happen.
second? Why would you be going after Christians? Why not go after people who are just non-believers? Because I figured they would be easier to sway. They would be easier to attack. Christians are armed with prayer and other things that keep them on the high road. It's like these people who just like are not anything. They are more gettable, I think. If you're a, why would you want to go hard? Go for the Christians. Go for the people that you could get.
Like the Buddhists?
No,
They're just sitting around all day.
Buddhists are hard too.
Why? They're sitting there
Buddhists are
meditating.
harder to
They're
get.
meditating. They're vulnerable.
Yeah, no, they're.
I mean, you can't. They're sitting there on the floor with a candle. That's not a target. And by the way, speaking of non-believer, is it 25 years or 35 years? You heard him. That's
Right.
That's
He
10 years.
backtracked.
25 years. 35 years. Which one is it?
Well, somebody put a curse on his math. His math class.
His math in his mouth.
Yeah.
Hope you get cancer.
Let's finish it off, Shannon. Let's see what's what.
That's the work of a
That was my
of a
job.
warlock.
That's the work of someone that live in darkness, someone that served the devil. I mean, you know what the amazing thing was? The easiest people that was easy for me to target to do witchcraft on was the people that didn't believe.
Okay, that's my point. I just said that. The people who don't believe in anything, they're the easiest targets.
So you go for the atheists. The is it Hawk is his name? Hawking? Hawk?
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen, no, the one that doesn't, the big atheist guy.
Richard
Dawkins.
Richard Dawkins.
Damn.
Richard Spencer's a racist. Richard Dawkins is the atheist.
Atheist. Richard Gervais is
He's a big atheist.
yeah,
Sam Harris, who I love.
I mean, you love the English. Richard Gervais. He's English.
The English love me.
Oh, sorry.
What you witnessed last night was genuine between two English fans and one American superstar.
And one sad, fat, cholesterol-eating winged Jew crying in a bucket of tears.
Okay, so this is the non-believers. He goes after the non-believers. Shannon, keep playing it.
There was people that didn't believe in the supernatural. People that were too intellectual for them to believe that something can happen to them because everything has to fit in the box.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, we want to talk more
Like
about
Christmas.
how these dark powers work. We're going to be back in just a moment. Also, why you shouldn't be afraid of them. Just a moment.
Please
dark
tell me
arts.
that the commercial was like for a box store. That would have been perfect.
It was a container store, but
yeah.
close.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so satanic holidays. Let's go to some more articles, Shannon. 44 minutes in. Rich, just a quick zombies versus mummies. What's the difference and where do you come out on this?
Mummies, they're wrapped in a lot of. People say toilet paper. It's not toilet paper.
What is it?
Cloth.
Are you sure?
Cloth. Because if it was toilet paper, it would just be so easy to disintegrate. Unless, of course, it's Charmin. Squeeze the Charmin here on Gas Digital. But it's cloth. And now zombies I think are a little more tough because they're harder to kill. And they make that fun noise.
Yeah, you want to speak of murmuring. They're murmuring.
Yeah, that actually he might be part zombie. That guy. Maybe he's speaking some zombie.
Maybe he could be a zombie.
He could
be a zombie from Latin America.
I think he just cursed
Latin
you.
American zombie.
He cursed you and made you erp up when you talked. That was a curse from him.
Or it could be the breakfast that I had.
Which was?
It was leftovers dinner from last night, chicken and peppers.
Well, that's what happens.
Chicken and peppers.
Yeah, you don't open with your closer. That's what happened. You opened with your closer and you burped up.
Stop relating this to comedy, Rich. I mean, it's beautiful the way you just did that.
That was a really
That's
beautiful
really
word.
meaningful.
That was really
You
meaningful.
don't open with your closer.
Don't open with
but
your
you do
closer.
that. You open with your closer in order to build a better rest
Just
of
go
your
from
act.
there. Just go from there.
Let's get back to zombie. It's real easy to lose my place with you because you're so highly intellectual and your big brain works so fast that I have to be the one to keep us grounded. And I'm affirming it right now. And I'm putting a curse on you to stay more grounded, even though you're 4 steps ahead. You're playing 3-level chess. I'm playing checkers. I got to keep us grounded because our fans are going to lose their place. They can barely read.
Okay, look at the big brain on Brad. What movie's that from? Look at them. They're
I
playing.
know it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't.
Look at the big brain on Brad. You'll find out next episode if she remembers.
I'm going to Google it.
Okay. That is something. I know that from a movie. I don't want to know which movie it was.
I won't give it away.
Don't give it away.
All right.
And speaking of giveaways, if anybody does come up with the answer, we will give you a Jaws t-shirt right off of Rich's body. right? Shirts off. Oh my God. Rich. Yes. This
I'll have my stomach do the rest of the podcast.
Natalie and Shannon. This is the sexuality that we were looking for on this podcast. You guys couldn't deliver it, and I had to rely on Rich Aronovitch to bring it. Father of one, amazing career, TikTok sensation. Aronovich. BigHairComic.com. Even though it's not plugs. Zombies versus mummies. Do you think a mummy this year especially, this is an outside the box idea, possibly a clip, a mummy wrapped in nothing but, wait for it, masks to create awareness. COVID is not gone. It's still here. It's wounded. It's walking like this, and it's half dead, but it's still present. Your thoughts?
Well, I think it's a really good idea.
Yeah.
First of all, the price of masks are going... Well, candy's going up. The price of masks are going down.
Yeah.
Because
It's
no
not
one's
in
wearing
demand.
them. Although I did see a guy in a full-on gas mask on the way here. I
Yes.
wish I was making that up.
No, there are people out there, but maybe he was an exterminator.
Well,
He's a bug guy.
But he had a bag like he was going to the grocery store for the first time in 6 months.
A grocery store exterminator?
Could be.
I don't
That's
know.
kinda
I'm thinking
gross.
it is kind of gross.
You want to think those people would go incognito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incognito is Spanish for
In the nido.
in the nido.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's satanic for invisible.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Zombies. The beef I have with zombies is they always, I don't mind that they're around and they're walking slowly towards you. It's the fact that they're trying to eat your brain.
Yeah.
I don't care for that.
Right.
Part of it.
Yeah, that's a little
It's just,
a little rude.
eat before you come.
Right.
You're coming here. It's like kind of rude.
Yeah.
I'll put out some small things, but it's like, don't come here and go, I need to eat your brain. It's like, dude, eat before you
Right.
come. It's
Don't
not
depend
fair.
on me for the meal because now
I
it's an
know.
uncomfortable party.
It is.
They're sitting around being like, when are we eating? And is it the stomach growling or is it them?
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know.
So feed yourself first if you're going to come to my party.
Right.
Zombies.
These zombies are entitled.
You know who's next on Yay's list?
Who?
Zombies.
He's going to go after the zombies,
I think he's going after the zombies next. This one may be legit. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
MC Hammer never went after the Jews.
Stop. Hammer time.
Okay, Shannon still with us?
I think they're counting the zits on my back.
Shannon
right
went
now.
to another podcast.
She went to throw up. She's seen me without a shirt.
I think Shannon went to a better podcast.
She just went, he looks like a melted candle. She's puking in the bathroom right now.
No, that's her costume. Her costume is a girl who's grossed out.
No, of course not.
Shannon, am I helping you with your relationship decisions?
She kept her mouth closed so
She was
she
just
wouldn't vomit. She vomited into her mouth just now, Rich. But you are sexy.
In a non-sexy kind of way.
No, you're a dad, but you're very sexy and athletic. Shannon, you want to help me here? Rich's feelings are at stake.
I trimmed my back hair, and you guys didn't notice.
Oh, that's great. Now I'm looking.
We managed to work the word trim back into the conversation. Thank God. We almost didn't talk about it for 3 seconds.
They don't call them hate handles; they call them love handles.
You're built powerfully, Rich. You are powerfully built.
I am.
Would-be Reagan assassin John Hinckley Jr. schedules an Albany concert.
A what kind of concert?
An Albany? Concert in Albany? I've been misspeaking on this podcast a lot today.
I think you didn't start off with a healthy breakfast.
No, I didn't sleep that good last night. I had bad sleep.
Were you having dreams?
I just woke up and then I couldn't go back.
Really? What specifically woke you up?
Katie Hannigan's alarm, because she got up at 9.
That's early for you.
It's very early for me.
What time did you go to sleep?
2.
Okay. So 7 hours.
I don't know if it was 7 hours. It was chopped up. I get up and pee. I'm, 50. So I have to get up and pee one time a night, and then going back to sleep is tough.
Yeah.
I have to do my affirmations to go back to sleep.
I am
very powerful.
I am powerful.
I am a very powerful champion.
I tip well.
I tip well.
I'm a good tipper.
People love me.
People love me.
I'm handsome.
I own 3 buildings in Manhattan.
I own 3 buildings in Manhattan. That is an affirmation.
That's an
I own
affirmation.
3 buildings in Manhattan.
I own 3 buildings in Manhattan.
Shannon, or Natalie. I'm sorry, Shannon. Am I?
I'm here. I'm starting another show, but I'm here.
Yeah.
I still have the headphones on. I'm listening.
Would-be Reaganist John Hinckley Jr. We've been following this story, Rich.
Yes.
Okay, Hinckley Jr. is our guy. He's a musical genius. It doesn't matter that he shot Reagan. People make mistakes in life. He did it to impress Jodie Foster and swing and a miss on that because she's a lesbian. And now he's scheduled an Albany concert. Finally, he's scheduled an Albany concert.
Who's his opener? Charles Manson? God, is that good?
That was solid gold.
Solid gold.
He's our last living assassin, and I think he should be cherished a little bit more. You know, Reagan died, but he died of natural causes.
Right.
He didn't die from the gunshot wound. Actually, Reagan, what do you think of this? Reagan was joking with the doctors when he got pulled in, and he said, I hope none of you are Democrats.
He went, well, I hope none of you are Democrats.
That's it.
That's what he said.
Yes. And it's just like funny.
And
really funny. Got a
win
laugh.
one for the Gipper.
He got a lot of laughs from the doctors.
I think that is a very up-to-date impression.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
A lot of our fans know that.
You should hear this new Taft bit I'm doing. Oh, is it kill?
Okay.
My Grover Cleveland is rocking.
He served 2 non-consecutive terms.
Very interesting, right?
I know that. I know stuff too.
Well, we know someone else is going to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. A great guy, and he's also a concert pianist. Oh, I play the piano, folks. Beethoven calls me every night to say you're amazing.
Shannon, can we read a little bit about Hinckley Jr. and what's going on in his crazy
I want to meet
world?
Hinckley Sr.
Hinckley Sr.'s not around.
Well,
Hinckley Jr. is 68 years old.
What did you do wrong, Hinckley Sr.? Go ahead.
He raised a good kid. He just made a mistake.
Lousy shot.
He's a lousy shot, and he let love get in the way of a musical career that's pretty promising now. Have you heard any of his songs? It's really good.
What kind of songs?
He's a good songwriter, dude.
Bang, bang into the room.
He doesn't talk about the Reagan thing at all.
He doesn't talk about it. You would think that's the first thing you talk about it.
You think
he would be like, hey, do you know me? I almost killed Reagan.
My joke on it is if you play the music backwards, he apologizes to Reagan.
That's a good joke.
It's a joke.
It's a
that
joke.
I've been using on the road, and it's killing. Unlike Hinckley.
Unlike
Hinckley Jr.
You now have COVID, by the way.
I don't.
You do. You just touched me.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you put a curse.
Nope.
I thought you took a page out of Satanist 101 and put a curse on me.
So what I do is I have someone who told me, and then they would say it's been down there for 25 years.
God. You're making fun of a Satanist speech pattern?
I don't know what the hell he said.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell he said. But it was he was probably talking in tongues.
He was probably talking in tongues.
That's what happens. I've committed to this non-shirt bit. I'm just going to say.
Dude, you're sitting there like a very powerful man.
I am committed to it.
You're a very powerful man right now.
Hold on, let me put my stomach on the table.
I think our fans just got hard and moist at the same time because gender is fluid.
And you know what? I think we're going to...
fluid is also fluid.
Fluid is also fluid, and we're going to help... And fluid's not gas.
Fluid is not gas.
But if you eat too many fluids... drink too many fluids, you could get gas.
That's true. Now we're just talking about science.
Well, people are going to start losing weight when they look at my body, or they automatically feel better about themselves.
Do you think Satanists need to go to the doctor?
No.
Or do you think they go to a demonic doctor?
I think they don't. Yeah, I don't.
With what's the copay? Do you think like teeth or horns or something?
I think it's Aetna, Blue Cross. Those are the satanic.
Oh yes, yeah. Blue upside down cross.
Yeah, blue upside down cross. Red Shield.
Let's go into John Hinckley Jr. and what he's got going on with his concert that's scheduled in Albany, which is maybe it's a state capital tour that he's doing. Albany as a state capital.
I have to think StubHub might get involved with this.
I mean Live Nation?
Live Nation. Or not so Live Nation.
Because he did try to kill.
Right. No longer a Live Nation.
No longer a Live Nation.
Yeah.
Assassination Nation.
Assassination Nation.
Assassination.
Assassination, but capital N.
I wonder what's going on with Hinckley Jr.'s scheduled concert in Albany.
Would you like me to tell you about it?
Yes, Natalie, could you tell me a little bit about it?
I was waiting for a cue. Would-be presidential assassin John Hinckley Jr., who we talk about on the show very often, has been trying to reinvent himself as a traveling musician 4 decades after shooting Ronald Reagan.
That's a slap in the face right there, trying to reinvent himself.
I know.
He invented himself, and it's just, let him just invent himself. Why did he have to reinvent? He was always a musician, but he just was that the shooting thing got in the way. Yeah. That was his, like, that's what everybody knows him from.
Right.
He has a concert scheduled for Albany next year after repeated gig cancellations. Big news, I'll be doing a show in Albany, New York in January. More details to come, the ex-con tweeted on Saturday.
He's not an ex-con, though, Natalie, is he? He's an ex-mental patient. He's a mental patient. He went to a mental institution.
Was he convicted?
Yes, he was convicted, but no, he pleaded insanity, and they gave him an insanity plea.
Fair enough.
So I don't know if he's an ex-con. I think that New York Post, which is never wrong, might have got this one wrong, Rich.
It's a strong possibility.
Exactly where this 67-year-old guitar-playing, tune-writing, former wannabe assassin will perform is not clear.
They're not fans of Hinckley Jr.
No,
calling him
like
a wannabe assassin. Ooh. He was an assassin that missed. You're still an assassin if you miss.
Right. Like you... Right.
You tried to assassinate, but you didn't.
Say bad assassin.
Yeah, bad assassin.
But he's not a wannabe assassin.
No, he's not a wannabe assassin. A wannabe assassin never actually does it.
Right.
This guy did it.
This guy did it.
He pulled the trigger.
He actually hit the Gipper.
Yes.
Well, I say they win one for the Gipper.
He did. He tried.
And
they're really downing him. What else does the article say, Natalie? When can we get tickets? And is he coming to the Garden?
Let's see. Probably not, but maybe potentially in the future. He has a mid-June performance planned for the Market Hotel. Oh, he had one for the Market Hotel in Brooklyn, but it was scrapped after online pushback.
Online from who? Reagan fans?
Probably.
Did Jodie Foster's family get involved here? I want to know why his Brooklyn, which I would have went to actually. I really would have went to that concert. If Hinckley Jr., I think as a podcast, we should go to a Hinckley Jr. concert, but not in Albany. Albany's 5 hours away.
That's 5 hours away, but you should get tickets as a giveaway. Some sort of contest.
No, because I don't want to I just want to go. I want to go and watch and enjoy Hinckley Jr. singing hits.
You're shooting down all my ideas.
It's in January, Mike. Maybe there should be like an MVI group outing to go and see him, or maybe you can book a gig in the area.
I mean, can you guys please comment? It'll help the algorithm, which is a big thing now. And also, we could find out where you guys are on Hinckley Jr.'s performance. I'm going. If I'm within 6 feet of Hinckley, I'm going to that.
What kind of music does he sing?
It's love songs.
Jodie.
It's nothing about Jodie Foster. And he apologized to her, too, for putting her through that. Huh. Even though she could have been like, you're a little bit handsome. You know, she could have given him something. You're a little bit handsome.
So how does the ticket price work? Is it like trickle-down economics?
This is why we pay you the big money to be here, Rich. Coming through with jokes like that. God, that's solid.
We'll make America great again.
God,
that's from him, by the way.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
What was Reagan's theme?
Reagan's was Make America Great Again.
No, it wasn't. It was Make America Great. It was Make America Great. It wasn't Make America Great Again. It was close, but not the same thing. Make America Great. Am I wrong about that, Shannon?
Google.
It says, let's make America great again.
Thank you.
I was wrong.
Where is the mic to drop? I can't drop this mic. But if I could, it would be dropped.
God. I'm going to go buy Kanye's shoes right now. I do not enjoy having my face rubbed in it.
We're going to make America great again. Trickle down economics.
Be on the lookout for John Hinckley Jr. in your town. I am, Shannon is, Natalie is, and to a lesser extent, Rich will be. Now that he knows about the talents of John Hinckley Jr., and I will go to his concert with not a gun, but a lighter. And when he starts singing the hits, I will light it up and I will sing along.
And I will be throwing gas on him.
Tom Brady's absolutely miserable after Buccaneers' latest loss. Tom Brady, are you a fan?
Oof.
I love Brady. I love him, and I have no connection to the Patriots or the Bucs. I love him personally.
Well,
and I'm rooting for Brady all the way. And I like Giselle, too. I'm rooting for her, too. I want them to stay together.
Aren't they having troubles?
Yeah, they're having a divorce, Rich.
That's troubles.
That's trouble. That's really a lot of trouble.
Big troubles. I think he's addicted. Like, he should have quit after.
No, he still has operating at a high skill level.
But he's yelling at his line. He's yelling at people.
Yes, because they're not performing to a high standard.
Oh.
Brady is a high standard guy.
I feel like you're yelling at me now. Maybe you relate to him.
Keep your shirt on. Oh, wait, it's too late. People say that in conversation. It's a nice back and forth thing.
Hey, how you doing?
Fans who never are alone a lot, they never have conversations with people, so they don't understand what we just did there.
Right. They didn't get
It was kind of a reprimand, but I brought you close.
I kind of want to put
Put your shirt back on. It's going to be awkward for the podcast because we're going to stay silent while you do it. Rich, thank you for chewing into the microphone as you were putting your shirt back on.
Shannon requested it.
Shannon hates that. I will take up for Shannon on this.
I thought she liked it.
She used to hate when Justin did it.
Justin
Silver.
I know Justin Silver.
I know him too. He used to be on the show.
And he would
He's
chew?
with the dogs now.
And that answers the question, who let the dogs out?
Justin did. Justin did.
He did.
Your thoughts about Tom Brady? Stop dodging the question.
This is the thing.
I want him to stay married to Giselle, and I want them to raise their family
But I'm
together.
wondering if he...
Huddle up, I say.
But maybe he's yelling at her, too. Maybe he's got a yelling problem.
Well, sometimes you got to get in people's heads in order to get them to perform better, Rich. I know you don't know this because you've never been on a team, but you have to sometimes motivate people for excellence.
But
and
I feel
achievement.
like honey works better than bees.
There's the carrot and the stick.
Right. There's the peanut butter or the jelly. Wait, that's not the right one.
That's a
not
bad
the right
analogy.
That's a
Rich.
stupid analogy. You're dumb.
That's a high carb analogy. Our fans are going to reject it.
Rejection. So this is the thing. He's the he's
the greatest of all time, Rich. You can just say it.
He's the goat. He's the goat. He's the goat. But here's the thing. I think when you hit like he did with that Atlanta Super Bowl, he should have went, I just won the greatest game of all time. Thank you. Good night. And get to the podcast booth.
Yeah, but then he would
come here.
He would have missed
part of
winning
this.
another Super Bowl. He left New England after that and won another Super Bowl in Tampa. You're saying leave that on the table?
Yeah, leave that on the
Leave greatness on the table,
Fine.
Rich?
He wins that one. Then he goes to retirement. Then he unretires? Who does that?
He unretires because his family was like, we need you at home. Giselle was like, we need you to run the kids to soccer and whatnot. And he's like, soccer and whatnot? I'm still playing at a high level. And then he re-upped, and then she got mad. She's like, I did my part for a lot of years, which she has a point, because she did. And she's a supermodel in her own right.
And is she still supermodeling?
She's still a supermodel. Yes.
She's still supermodeling?
Yes, she is.
She
Rich.
is. Right. So she didn't retire.
No, she didn't retire. I mean, she put her career on hold to manage the kids while he was doing football.
You would think with all that money they could just hire people.
Yeah, but hiring someone is not the interface that you need with a kid. Let me tell you something about raising a kid.
Please.
You need to have a connection with the kid, or else the kid grows up, comes on a podcast, takes his shirt off, and does impressions into the microphone while using a horn that they brought from outside.
My fellow Americans, I love this podcast.
That's a ringing endorsement for us, and we'll block your face out and use that, Rich.
Okay.
We'll do anything possible to get more listeners on this show.
love your podcast, Mikey Vecchione.
Are you rooting for Tom Brady or against him? Because I'm on the fence with you at this point.
I
don't know what.
If I had a time machine,
yeah,
and after the Bucks won the Super Bowl,
right,
and he says I'm retiring,
yeah,
I say stay retired, bro.
45 years old, he's probably the greatest of all time. Why not play it out until your talents leave your body? Why not?
Because
Why not
it
just
looks like
play
his
it out?
talents.
Who cares what other people think? You're the greatest. You put the pedal to the metal and you go for it till you got nothing left. Never quit, never surrender, Rich.
No retreat, no surrender.
No surrender.
No retreat, no surrender.
Burn your ships. Have you ever heard that expression,
Not
Rich?
one time.
When you were dancing in the subway?
No, never heard
I'm
that.
taking personal shots at you, and I want you to feel them.
You know what I heard on the subway?
What?
Boom, boom.
Ladies and gentlemen, the plane is not going to be a D train, so we'll be sorry for the 45-minute delay. Just thank you for your patience.
Tom Brady's taking an express train to a championship. Can I get that again, Shannon? Tom Brady's taking an express train to the championship. I still didn't do it right.
Third time.
Tom Brady is taking an express train to the championship. Still not good.
Do
but that's
6
all
more
the time
like
we
Super
have.
Bowls.
We got to go to break. Rich, can you hang with us through the break?
Absolutely.
Tom Brady, so we wish you well, Tom and Giselle. Get back together. Stop it with the divorce lawyers. Call a therapist. God, I love them.
Maybe Bill Belichick could be their.
Now you're thinking,
Now
Rich.
I'm thinking.
Now you're outside the
He
box.
can coach the marriage.
Instead of just cheering for them to quit, now you're back in the game and trying to fix things.
That's right.
Great rebounding, Rich.
Thank you.
I'm coaching you a little bit now.
And
You
I feel it. Yeah, I feel it. But it's positive.
It's a positive.
You're not
coaching.
yelling at me.
No, but it's I'm an offensive coordinator type.
And I'm not getting defensive.
You're not. God, this was a great back and forth. This should be the podcast. I hope it's a joke. Tattoo artist goes viral for inking babies. This is where I draw the line. Outrage does good numbers. Good. This is where I draw the line, Rich.
Inking babies, you mother...
Tattooing babies is wrong, and I will shout it from the mountaintops.
Listen, I have experience in this. I got a tattoo of a birthmark when I was 0. Infant, baby, toddler, whatever.
Wow.
0. One day, bzzz, they tattooed a birthmark. It looks real. It's a tattoo.
If I put my phone up to that, will I be able to track you?
100%.
Yes.
The answer is 100% yes.
God, this thing is dangerous.
And if you put it really close,
Yeah.
you can hear Hinckley's music.
Babies are being tattooed all across this nation, and I think it's an outrage. No other podcast is covering it except for us. And Shannon, what's the details of inking babies?
So what this tattoo artist was
Shannon,
doing...
could you be a little more outraged by this because you're being really
Like you're for it. Are you for tattooing babies?
Shannon, I don't know the outrage that we just expressed
Yeah, like, are
about
you
these
for
tattooed babies, and you're just fine with it. It seems like
just tattoo the
So
babies.
anyway,
So it's
it was
okay, it's
fine
cool.
that the tattooed babies joined a biker gang and went and sold drugs to other babies. It's like, Shannon, what are we doing?
Yeah, like shoot these babies out of a cannon during an unsuspecting sporting event, Shannon.
All right, can I take it again, guys? Can I take it again?
Take it again, Shannon. Rich, this podcast, we believe in. I know you're frustrated, and you have a right to be. But this
Do you see Crazy Eyes? Do you see Crazy Eyes?
Our fans, a lot of them can't afford computers. They're just listening to this.
Well, they can hear Crazy Eyes. They can hear it.
This is a big Second Chances podcast. I just messed up the line about Albany 6 times.
Well, that's why you want to go give Hinckley a second chance.
He deserves a second chance. And I think Shannon, we love Shannon here. We stand behind Shannon. That's sexual. And we also stand in front of her and to the sides of her. And we support her. Okay. So, Shannon, go ahead and take it again with a little outrage. Babies are being tattooed. Rich is a father.
I mean, this is freaking crazy what these jerks are doing.
Shannon, you sound like
outrage. This is outrage.
Shannon, you sound like you're outraged on CBD.
I'm outraged at the level of non-outrage.
I mean, Shannon.
Babies are being. I'm like so upset.
It's because I know where the story is going, and I can't fake the outrage. Okay. I tried. That was my try. Sorry. Do you want me to tell you what happened?
Yeah, tell us what happened, Shannon. Please do it in a monotone, non-emotional way.
Yes, Stephen Wright. Give us more Stephen Wright.
Tried.
Do you know who Stephen Wright was?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Natalie, do you know who Stephen Wright is?
No, I don't think so.
Perfect. I have a lifetime map of the.
We're going to have to start raising Natalie a little bit better.
You know what? We're going to have to start giving her cards of references.
No, I just think
What's happening? Here's another card. What's happening now? 2 shows.
So,
Shannon, what happened with these babies?
So this tattoo artist, he and his wife had the same tattoo. So he posted a picture of the stencil of the tattoo on the baby. just the stencil. I don't think either of you guys have tattoos. And in case you don't know this, right, except for the right. I'm sorry, Rich. But typically what they do is they have already the stencil of it. They stick the stencil on your skin, take that piece of paper off it, then they trace the stencil with the ink with the tattoo gun. So this is just the stencil. That's what they put on the baby, and people are freaking out.
But it's inked, though? Real. They inked the stencil?
So there's ink on the stencil. It'd be like writing on your arm with a pen.
But permanent?
It's not permanent, no.
Oh.
It's just temporary so that they can trace it, and then what they trace with is a tattoo gun, and that's the part that's
So they're planning
permanent.
on tattooing the baby.
Yeah.
Well, that's what people assumed, but that's not what they were ever intending on doing.
And how did you know these people? Were they your friends?
No, according to this
You related to them? Is this your cousin?
Rich,
Once removed?
Rich, you're personally attacking Shannon now.
Well, she's not
No, I do
outraged.
feel
No, because we need to do it we need to conduct business.
I'm sorry.
And you need to be non-emotional about it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is this your family? Is this your cousin?
No. No. So this is the family, and then on the baby's chest, so you can see this tattoo on her arm. So on the baby's chest is where they put the stencil, right here.
What was the
Whoa,
tag?
whoa, whoa! What's with the saran wrap?
So it looks like he had just recently gotten
that's his
tattooed.
leg.
You put saran wrap over a tattoo after it's done for the first day, so nothing like messes with it.
I thought it was a condom.
What would you tattoo on a baby, Rich? I love liquor.
What would I tattoo? That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Mike, what would I tattoo?
Got milk?
Got milk. That would be the tattoo. Got milk.
Right, but when the baby grows up, then you have to explain it. I got this as a baby.
Well, it would be.
This was as a baby.
Do you know what got milk is referencing? Oh, you do. Okay. All right.
Yes, I do.
All right. There's a series of commercials.
But then you would have a lot of friends who were lactose intolerant that you couldn't be friends with.
They would be intolerant of that tattoo.
Yes. Got milk. So they kind of they did it for a lot of people are doing stuff for just TikTok or whatever. They're doing it for likes.
It
for
says
likes.
it's a trend.
It's a trend.
Oh, it's a trend to tattoo a
to
baby.
tattoo a baby.
Oh, that's
The
awesome.
stencil, guys.
To stencil a
So
baby.
stencil a baby.
People don't know what stencil is. People know. You explained it well,
Oh,
Shannon.
look what's trending. Macrame babies. We're macrameing babies now? Is that what we're doing?
But circumcision is still celebrated in this country. I can speak for myself because I am circumvented.
You're circumvented?
Yeah.
You got a Roman soldier? No anteater?
Circumcised.
You call it circumvented.
Circumcised. And I wonder, because I was born C-section, I wonder if they used the same knife.
Oh, interesting.
Cut my mother, cut me.
Wow.
Same knife.
Yeah.
2 birds, 1 stone. Don't have to wash it.
And then later when you grew up, you became a cutter with that knife. Well, that got dark. Can we
It did
edit
get
that
dark.
out?
I don't know.
Can we edit that out? I don't feel good about that
I
one.
don't feel good about it either.
I feel really bad
But
about
it's
that
reality.
one. Like, I feel bad about that one. Finally, we got that different one.
Does that make it better?
Oh, my God.
I had to go to cutting to get that sound effect.
That's the suicide watch sound effect that we have.
I'm thinking about killing myself.
Wait.
Oh, let's do it again. I'm thinking about killing myself. Wacka, wacka, wacka.
That's not going to do well with the suicide hotline fans that we have.
Are they sponsoring you too?
Sponsoring YouTube. Virgin, God, I'm having a problem today. Virgin Australia's 230K reasons to book the middle seat. Do you sit in the middle seat when you go on?
Not on purpose.
Tour?
No. In fact, I am got this upgrade thing going on with Delta, and every time I put not middle seat, and then they upgrade me to Delta Comfort, and I'm in the middle seat, I'm like, are we on Irony Airlines? Because that's not comfortable. Irony Airlines.
You would rather sit. You would not sit in a middle seat even in Comfort Plus.
I would go. I've changed. I went. Put me back in the storage, steerage.
In the steerage. Yeah, I hate that middle seat.
I don't like the middle seat.
I don't like the middle seat.
And then what are the rules? Am I entitled as a middle seat lesser than to have both armrests because I'm in the middle seat?
I think so.
I think so.
As a middle child, I could tell you it's no picnic.
You're a middle child.
Middle child. Middle seat, middle child. Wow. Forgotten children of history.
Wow. Tattooed.
What's the story here, Shannon?
So Virgin Australia is offering $230,000 worth of prizes for people that book the middle seat or people who are actually just stuck with the middle seat, people who don't book their own seats, which is crazy.
Would you do that, Rich?
I love
if you
the
were in
middle
the middle seat, you got
Are you kidding me?
but you got a lottery ticket.
I love the middle seat.
Lottery ticket.
It's a lottery ticket?
If you got a lottery ticket, if you took the middle seat. Just a lottery ticket.
That's all it is?
No. Unrelated. Anybody who takes the middle seat gets a lottery ticket.
No, I'm not taking the middle seat then. But what are these prizes?
I have them here.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Is one of the prizes an aisle? Another prize. You get a window seat. That's a good prize.
The prizes include a cruise to the Caribbean with Virgin Voyages, including return premium economy flights to the USA with United Airlines, flights and tickets to your AFL team's away games in 2023, flights to Melbourne plus entry to the AFL before the Bounce pre-game launch, AFL Grand Final seats, and even a helicopter pub crawl extravaganza, including return flights to Darwin.
Wow.
Who wants to?
I don't. Those are all Australian things, and I have no idea what it's like. The
But AFL is the American Football League?
I don't know.
That sounds right.
Is that what it is? Or is it?
No, it's
is
not
it
our football. It's their football. It's
But
their
not
rugby.
American.
No.
What's the A stand for?
It's Australian Football League.
Oh,
Australian
that's
Football League.
because Australian spelled with an A. Just for those viewers at home. I knew that. The listeners.
But no amount of money. You will not sit in the middle seat for any amount of money.
Oh yeah, I'd sit in the middle seat for any amount of money.
Any amount of money. Is that part of Purim?
Yeah, well, the thing that I thought was interesting, the helicopter pub crawl.
Yes.
That is got to be a one pukey helicopter. Think about it. You're
Yeah.
drinking. You're now in a helicopter. You're throwing up.
Yeah.
You're landing. You're drinking more.
Yeah.
You're not driving. And technically, you're not driving.
It's pretty safe.
I would think
It's pretty
so.
safe.
I mean, there's nothing that could go wrong while you're in a helicopter.
No, never.
You couldn't be like, hey, everybody.
You would still have to put your seatbelt on.
You can't unclick it?
No.
But what if they
It's
say...
against the rules of the helicopter.
But what if you just are a rule breaker, a rebel? An outside-the-box thinker, man.
Then you get arrested when the helicopter lands.
Oi!
Matthew Perry, next story. Matthew Perry probably spent $9 million getting sober. Matthew Perry had an opiates problem. Did you know that, Rich?
I did know that.
One of the friends?
Yes. Yeah. He's a friend of mine.
Friend of mine, friend of yours?
Friend of ours.
Friend of ours.
Oh.
He had an opiate problem. He spent $9 million. How do you spend $9 million getting sober, Shannon?
You buy a lot of drugs.
You buy, but this is outside of the drugs. You spend on drugs, and then you go to a rehab center.
No, you buy $9 million worth of drugs, and then you just don't do them. Or you buy $6 million worth of drugs, then you build a $3 million house to lock them away. You lock them. It's impossible.
You don't do them at all.
You make it an escape room game. You design a $9 million escape room game to get to the drugs.
Yeah,
but you never get there because it's $9 million. I mean,
Right.
that's some intricate. That's $9 million escape room game.
right.
How do you spend $9
million?
He must have.
That's an addiction.
You know
I'm
what?
going to go out on a limb.
I say he's
That's
addicted
an
to
addiction.
rehabs. He's addicted to rehabs.
Rehabs actually look pretty fun. Yoga, workout, paper slippers, TV room,
detox,
connect with other
sweating,
people.
throwing up in your own vomit.
Oh, that's true.
Bleeding out of your ass.
I didn't.
Right.
That's a good point, Rich.
Yep.
You made a very good point.
Right.
And I'm wrong on that. I didn't take into account the withdrawal effects. I didn't say withdrawal would be fun. I said just the actual activities of the rehab center while not being addicted would be kind of great.
Itching. A lot of addicts itch.
Yeah.
Yo, man, I could just. You got a back scratcher?
We're not laughing at addiction for those of you at home.
So he said his addiction started when he was 14 years old.
Okay. Because he was a child star?
I don't
It
think
never
so.
works out for people being a child star.
No.
You got to have the
What you
maturity.
talk about, Willis? No,
He was great, actually, because he actually had a job as a security guard.
He was, but
he
his,
had a job as a security guard, and somebody was trying to follow a celebrity. He was guarding a lot or something. This is why I love Gary Coleman. He was First of all, his parents stole money from him. He got a bad deal, whatever. And he was a great actor, and he was great in that show, Different Strokes. And somebody was in the lot they shouldn't have been, and he said, "You are under arrest. You can't stay here." And they said, "No, we're leaving." And he threw himself on the windshield of the car. There's footage of this. He threw himself on the windshield of the car, and they started videoing, going, "Gary Coleman is stopping us, is stopping us from leaving." And he's like, "You're not going nowhere." And the fact that he had such a low-level job at that point, but still did his job 100% makes me love him.
It's like
I love him.
It's like if I came in as a guest on your podcast and I brought my own That's the same kind of level. I'm throwing myself on the hood, and you're going, "What you talking about, Willis?" That's what you're saying to me right now.
You're making a good argument, Rich. It's making me like you more, but that's still an offense punishable by death on this podcast. No, don't do it, Rich. Don't get the horn away from your head. Thank you. You're scaring us.
This also could be cupping.
Yes.
I didn't think about it, but this could be cupping.
What?
But two out of the three of those were addicted to drugs. Those child stars.
Yeah.
I forgot their names.
Todd Bridges.
Todd Bridges. He had some issues.
Yeah, he had a lot of issues. And Dana Plato.
Didn't she OD?
Yeah. Yes.
Did she OD'd,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no coming back from that.
No, that was wrong. But it's like you need, but all of the, and this is not a joke, but all the Cosby kids did very well because their parents were like involved and like were like not, and the Backstreet Boys too. I think
there was
they're
no
all pretty
issues
good.
on the Cosby Show. Oh, with the hip and all, and the down, the technicality, and the getting off and all.
Rich, I think that's a clip. It's a clip that ends your career. Okay.
Oh, Rudy, Vanessa, the put a little put the pudding in the drink and then falling asleep and all.
Okay, you've just TikToked your way to
oh, with the canceling, making fun of the things in the ball.
Okay. All right,
I like how uncomfortable you are.
I'm very uncomfortable.
Why are you
by that.
uncomfortable?
Because
things that are painful, I make fun of. We've mocked the Holocaust. We've mocked Ye. We've mocked suicide, assassination. We've mocked suicide. We mocked suicide. We mocked COVID, AIDS. We mocked satanisms. Satanism. I'm catching your word salad. I caught your word salad.
You're gonna get us canceled, dude. What's Matthew Perry's story, Shannon?
Oh yeah,
I got to keep us focused here. Otherwise,
totally.
we'll just be like
ADD. Now we're making fun of ADD.
ADHD, hyperactivity disorder. I used to teach it. You son of a bitch.
So basically he said spent most of his life as an addict.
Right.
He said, like I said, when he was 14, he started off by drinking beer and Andre Baby Duck wine when he was 14 years old, and eventually it led to heroin. By the time he was 49, that's when he almost died. And he said at that point he realized he had already spent half of his life in treatment centers and sober living facilities. So I mean, especially when you're famous, like you're going to be in all the fancy pants sober places, and that's where all the money.
But what kind of family did he come from? You need somebody to care about you.
I feel like I can tell you that right after I read the book when it comes out on November 1st. I'll be able to tell you everything about him.
Maybe he should have gotten a baby tattoo that says "Just say no."
Good one, Rich.
Thank
That's
you.
a great callback. And Shannon, we don't promote books on this podcast. You know our
Sorry.
fans can't
I'm gonna
read.
listen. I'm gonna listen to the book if that helps.
Listen to the book
I will.
on tape. Yeah. And the last one: rules, sex, wild impact of tonight's moon. This is last night, so you probably already would have done something pretty crazy.
It says that October solar eclipse could bring you hot sex, wealth, or a breakup.
Who doesn't need? Wait, what were the? I was just celebrating over the hot sex, and then you said two more things that were bad.
Wealth is good.
Oh, sex, wealth, or a breakup.
Yeah.
Which could lead to sex and wealth.
This is like fuck, marry, or kill.
Yes.
But it's lunar eclipse version.
A lunar eclipse version.
Was
yeah.
there a lunar eclipse last night? Is that what you said? Or lunar pole?
Solar eclipse.
There was a solar eclipse last night.
It'll be on
Something
the 25th.
Seems fake news.
25th. It hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't happened yet?
No, October.
So we can look forward to.
Sorry, I'm in the wrong month. Yes, it has happened.
It has happened.
Yes.
You're living in the past, man.
Sorry, right?
We enjoy good sex and we enjoy wealth, but there could be a breakup.
Do you want to hear each of what your horoscopes are according to this?
Yeah.
What are you?
That's a good way to end the show.
Are you a Scorpio, Mike?
Yes. Very sexual.
Okay.
And that's why fans love this podcast. It's dripping with sexuality.
The solar eclipse ignites your zodiac sign, Scorpio, beginning a whole new era of your life. Sudden new beginnings, fresh starts, and opportunities will dangle before you, encouraging you to take them. This is one of the most important points in your lifetime to be clear about what you want and carve out the next chapter in your destiny.
Oh my God, that's all good news for me.
Wow.
I'm going to the next chapter. So, Rich, it was nice meeting you. Shannon and Natalie, good luck with your hair and noticing hair. I am on to the next chapter. Case closed, next case. OJ.
Guilty.
What's riches, Shannon?
What's your sign?
I'm a Libra. By the way, after you finished reading that, I finished right on the floor here. The way you read it was so hot. Let's do another one.
I think Shannon could do phone sex.
You know, Shannon, I'm a Libra. Yeah, balance it, baby.
Shannon
Give me
could
those
do
scales.
She could do phone sex
Totally.
very easily.
I think you could do sex texting. Sexting.
Shannon could do sexting.
Sexting, yeah.
Yeah, she's got mobile fingers.
You got sexy
And a
mobile
sexy
finger.
voice.
And a sexy, but you would do those sexy voice, like, you know when you do the little voice things?
Yeah.
She could do that. So she could do a few takes, like to get it right.
I think I would like to record Shannon just saying, just not dirty things, but things that are just regular things, like, I'm going to get in the shower now.
That could be
And
interpreted
I'm
as
charging
dirty.
75 cents for every time that's played.
I think less sexy
And
would be
Shannon
like,
will get 25 cents of that.
I'm not paying for my parking.
Yeah.
Like
yes.
something like that. That's,
yes.
right? Let me get a salad with blue cheese.
Or make it more realistic. Can I have a Cobb salad with everything on the side and including the dressing? Okay. I'm sorry.
Libra,
Shannon.
Libra.
A big shift around your finances is here, Libra. You may suddenly be able to bring in more money due to a raise, side hustle, or new job offer. However, if a job or income stream ends near this time, use this as an opportunity to assess your wealth and find a better employer.
Well, God's my employer. I'm employed. God's my employer now.
Assess your wealth, dude.
I'm assessing it.
You
I
need
just
to
lost,
assess your wealth. I've always said that
dude.
to you.
I just lost 3 big big gigs, 3 big money paid gigs in a row, like boom, boom, boom.
I feel for you. Shannon, could you say assess your wealth in a sexy voice?
Assess your... I can't do sexy.
What do you mean you can't do sex?
You're by nature sexy, Shannon.
Shannon, you just own your sexuality.
Just say
Take back
assess your wealth.
Assess your wealth.
But like, do it like as if you're a smoker and you're out of breath.
I don't know how to do that.
Assess your wealth. Like sexy, you know what I mean? Assess your wealth.
Okay.
Like you have a
That's
CPAP
asthmatic.
machine.
That's asthmatic. Come on. That's the opposite of sexy.
Assess your wealth.
All right, can you let Shannon try?
Assess your wealth.
Okay, that's smoking. That's somebody who's a bad smoking problem.
I can try whisper.
Yeah,
whisper it,
Shannon. Whisper it, Shannon.
Assess your wealth.
Hot.
Wow, that is
Wow,
hot. That
hot.
is hot.
That is hot. That is. Assess your wealth, dude. Nice.
It's a great way to end the podcast.
That was hot.
With Shannon saying it. And Shannon, read your own podcast. Or
Horoscope. I read my podcast.
I'm really off today.
You got word salad today.
God.
With the dressing on the side.
Dressing on the side.
Okay. Fresh starts around health, productivity, and employment are calling your name, Gemini. You may start a new job, milestone project, or routine. If you are to leave a job, you're being pushed to find a better place that appreciates you better. This is an excellent time to launch a new physical health, fitness, diet, or exercise plan too. Last, if you're looking for the perfect staff to work for you or even a pet, the universe will provide.
You're starting your own
podcast studio, and you're going to leave us out of it.
But you're gonna everything's gonna be it's gonna be called the Sexy Podcast Studio. The salad has all the dressing on the side.
Shannon knows how to wield her sexuality.
Wow.
And she's doing it, and it's going to be a new beginning.
Woo.
And it all started right here.
It all started right here. We get the credit. Does Natalie have one?
What's your sign? Taurus. Okay, Natalie's is a destined new era in regards to relationships is upon you, Taurus. The sudden decision to grow closer by moving in, getting engaged, or being wed may now be on the table. If single, you may now find a soulmate who presents long-term potential now or in the months ahead. Another way this may manifest is in regards to business relationships, as you may find the perfect one or make plans with an agent, assistant, attorney, or accountant. If you are to separate near this time, you're being redirected to someone better.
Shannon is leaving the podcast, bringing Natalie with her, and we're going to be producerless. Producerless, which is a word. That's a real word.
That's a real word. And Hinckley's a real artist.
And Hinckley is a real artist. And he's going to be in Albany. And I wish he was in Brooklyn, but somebody petitioned against him. God. Must have been Republicans. Because he shot a Republican.
There's no Republicans in Brooklyn.
There isn't any Republicans in Brooklyn. That's right. You have to go to Staten Island for that.
Oh, I'm in Staten Island over here.
Well, guys. Let's go to plugs. I know you've been waiting for it. I'm Mike Vecchione, MikeVecchione.com, at Comic Mike V on all social media platforms. I loved seeing you guys at Skankfest. Thank you for all the ratings and reviews on YouTube. Please keep downloading and subscribing. I love you guys, and I talk down to you, but I do it for your own good, and you know that now. And special, hopefully out soon. We're looking for a platform now. If people have been asking me what's going on with the special, looking for a platform now. That's what's going on with it. As soon as I know, believe you me, you will know. YouTube channel, I'm revamped all of my social media platforms, so please follow me if you haven't. And I have dates coming up, MikeVecchione.com, for my schedule. One is coming in November. Two big ones. One is in Baltimore, November 11th, I think. It's a Thursday. Baltimore. And then I have, the Baltimore is November 10th at Magooby's Joke House. November 10th, Baltimore, Magooby's Joke House. It's a cancer benefit. And then 11th through the 13th of November, I'll be in the Denver Comedy Works. So Denver Comedy Works, November 11th through 13th, Baltimore, November 10th. Come out and see me if you're in those two towns. More dates forthcoming. Rich
is funny.
Yes.
Easy.
Nailing it.
Rich is funny.
And Rich is funny.
Rich is funny.
Rich is very funny.
On all platforms. And I'm very big on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Very big on LinkedIn.
Networking. Shannon?
You can follow me on Instagram at ShannonLee6982. Listen to my podcast, The Thing Is, Ding. We talk about bad dates, fighting, and ghosts. And if you're interested in the ghost portion, the paranormal part, and this is like spooky month, October, please listen to my ghost hunting special with Brian Six and Ryan Shaner. We spend the night overnight in a haunted mansion upstate New York, and it's a really fun episode, so please watch that. You can watch that wherever you listen to your podcast. Wherever you listen to Mike Vecchione Investigates, you can also watch that live for free every single Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern at gasdigitalnetwork.com/live. That's absolutely for free. The best way to support the show is to go to gasdigitalnetwork.com, use promo code MVI. That will give you a 1-week free trial, which gives you access to every single episode of this show that we've ever done, as well as every show on the Gas Digital Network. Go to podcastmerch.com for t-shirts, hoodies, and mugs. If you listen on iTunes or YouTube, make sure to rate, review, leave a comment, tell a friend. Every little bit of interaction helps the show to grow. And if you have your own video investigation to submit, send it in to MikeVecchioneInvestigates@gmail.com. That's it.
All right. That's the show, guys. It was a packed show, and I thought you guys had a great episode today. I need to work on my words. I could not find my words today.
I think you need to pick up the feather and put down the bat. You did fabulous. Don't assassinate yourself.
You're so supportive. Hinckley Jr. comes to Brooklyn. Guess who's going to be there? Me. For Rich Aronovitch, fellow investigator now. For Shannon, for Natalie, I'm Mike Vecchione. We'll see you guys next week.